So folks, firstly, I know that YouTube has a tendency to ban these videos as hate speech, so please understand that I would never advocate blind hatred against any group of people, nor bigoted acts of violence against anyone big or small. That being said, in my personal opinion, as a country, Palestine sucks. Alright folks, so there's been a lot of talk of Israel and Palestine lately, especially since President Obama asked Israel to return to its pre-1967 borders. Well, talk about throwing your friends under the bus. In this case, quite literally a bus filled with explosives heading straight for a public building filled with children. For the record, this is a terrible way to solve the conflict. You don't take away paste from the entire class just because one dimwit won't stop eating it. Here's the thing, folks. Israel has already given back a huge portion of land that it rightfully earned in the War of '67. That's right, Egypt, Jordan, and Syria decided that they wanted to wipe Israel off the map. Israel kicked butt, took names, and they've still given up land. Does that sound like an evil empire to you? Because it doesn't to me. Certainly not as evil as their opposition, who follow the policy of no recognition, no peace, and no negotiation when it comes to Israel. But folks, let me say, I'm not an expert historian, but I would recommend you to people who are. People like Michael Medved or Dennis Prager are brilliant on this issue. But this video is intended more so as a message to so-called progressives. If you consider yourself liberal, open-minded, or progressive, you cannot support Palestine or Hamas in this conflict. And no, I'm not just saying that because Israel is the only country in that region that allows its people the freedom to worship or protest. And no, I'm not just saying it because when compared to its surrounding countries, Israel is a veritable melting pot of cultures, including a huge portion of its population actually being Muslim. Compare that to the kind of welcoming that the Jews get in Palestine. And no, feminists, I'm not just saying that because Israel is the only place in that region where women are treated as more than walking sex dolls who cook and clean on the command of their gelatinous, hairy, smelly husbands. If for none of those reasons, just support Israel for the gays. Progressives, do you really think that you can condemn the Christian right in this country for being pro-traditional marriage when you see the way that gays are treated anywhere in the Middle East?
Hello, it's freaking boiling out! Who wants margarita? Whoopsie!
Liberals, how can you support countries that sign on to these violent, archaic values? Oh, and by the way, note to all of the countries in the area, if you've been around for thousands of years, your country still sucks, and you're wondering why, it's probably your God. Oh no, are intolerant Muslims gonna try and flag this video as hate speech and get it removed from YouTube? Or maybe they'll just flood me with never-ending death threats as I got after the Quran challenge. Alright folks, I want you to take a look here. Take a look. Because that's the face of a guy who doesn't give a flying also someone who eats a little too much salt. I get puffy. But I'm hoping that I'll be extended at least the same common courtesy as the rabidly anti-Christian videos that are allowed to stay up here on YouTube, if not featured. Oh, that's right. Palestinians don't believe in free speech. But I'm not too worried about it. Most of them don't have computers. So in closing, there's one country in the Middle East where people are free to worship, protest, women are treated equally, and flamboyantly gays aren't killed. If you guess that country is Palestine, well, congratulations, you're a moron. So liberals, I ask you to jump on today's progressive bandwagon and join the rest of the entire tolerant world in supporting Israel. If only for the gays.
It's over? Drat! I was having so much fun! Okay, fine, do me in. I don't care anymore. You know, that blade looks sharp, but not anywhere near as rough as your skin! You know, you don't have to age as fast as they used to, you know. There are things you can do. Have you ever heard of a retinol complex?